Hi students, welcome to our science class. Our chapter name is Our Environment and Natural Resources. In the last few classes we are discussing this chapter and discussed about environment. First day we discussed about environment, then we discussed about pollution, what is pollutant, which are the different types of pollution, like things we discussed. And now we are on the next topic, and that topic is this green house effect, greenhouse effect and global warming. Greenhouse effect and global warming. What is this greenhouse effect and this global warming? Usually we are seeing this greenhouse effect and global warming in the newspapers and all, and actually you are familiar with the term. But how we can define this greenhouse effect? What is this? What is this global warming? And so here you can see greenhouse effect. So first we just want to study what is this greenhouse. What is called this greenhouse? Then what is called this greenhouse effect? Actually it is a type of effect in greenhouse. And for this total greenhouse effect, they have one after effect. Oh, what effect is there? And that is actually global warming. So we are going to discuss what is this greenhouse, what is this greenhouse effect, and then what is this global warming, how this global warming happens when this greenhouse effect happens, and these all things we are going to deal. So first we just want to study what is this greenhouse. Greenhouse. It is actually a house. Its name is the house and it is a type of house. Now you can see here green. Why we are not calling it blue house or black house? It's greenhouse. So something is related here is in green color. In our earth, what is the thing in green color in the all region? It is plants. So the thing is very simple. This greenhouse is something related to plants. So the thing is very simple. This greenhouse is a glass house. It is made of glass. Glass house. So we can say a glass house. A glass house constructed to keep. So we can say this greenhouse is a type of house I already mentioned, and this house is made of glass. And why we are making this, or why we are constructing this? Actually we are constructing this greenhouse or glass house with a particular aim. That means to keep something. What? To keep delicate and rare plants in warm and to protect from changing weather. So this is the definition for greenhouse. It is a type of house which is made of glass, and we constructed this to keep some delicate and rare plants. Delicate and rare plants means some precious plants. In warm. Our aim is to keep the plants within a particular temperature in warm and to protect from changing weather. We know our weather is continuously changing with regular period, and so we are protecting these plants. We know some plants need a particular temperature, some plants need cold climate, like different plants need different climate. Oh, it is favored with different climate, and so here we are setting a particular temperature for the plants within the glass house. So I can say the definition is this: a glass house constructed to keep delicate and rare plants in warmth to protect from changing weather. So this is the definition for greenhouse. And I already said that this is made of glass. You can see a diagram in your textbook and just look it in the textbook, and it is like this. One house. Some frame is there. All other space is made of glass. This is glass, this is glass, this is glass, this is glass. Everywhere you can see glass, and it is fitted in some panel. And so something is there. We said that inside this we are planting some precious plants. Here our sun is there. We are saying that it is in a particular temperature. It is warm. And who is giving the temperature to these plants? Obviously it is from the sun. And the thing is this, we already said that this is made of glass. So the sun rays, the temperature, the heat is coming from sun to the greenhouse or to the glass house. Inside this, the temperature is coming, the heat is coming. But the thing is this, it will come inside, but it's not possible to escape from this glass. It is not possible to escape to outside. It is trapped inside this glass house. So the thing is very simple. The heat coming from the sun is trapped inside this house, and so inside this house the temperature is more than outer environment. So that is what our greenhouse or our glass house made for this effect. And so I can say, I already said that the temperature inside this is higher, and this is one effect, and this effect is called greenhouse effect. This is called the thing is very simple. The sun rays are coming, but it's not possible to escape the heat back, and so this heat is trapped in a particular region, and so I can call this effect as greenhouse effect. It is a type of effect, and here we can say this happens within this particular glass house or our greenhouse. So I think it's clear, and we can say as the definition, the heat trapped from sun, the heat trapped from the sun makes glass house more hotter than outer environment. Hotter than outer environment, and this is called what? Greenhouse effect. Greenhouse effect. So the heat trapped from sun. Here the heat is trapping from sun and makes the glass house more hotter than outer environment, and I can say this is called greenhouse effect. So within this region, first you just want to remember the definition of greenhouse. One thing. The second thing is the definition of greenhouse effect. And so this is all about this, and this is one example. We can say this greenhouse effect happens in another cases also. The another case is this. there, and I just put this car under the sun. And the thing is very simple. I am just sitting inside this car by closing all the door and all the windows. Windows are closed. The doors, everything is closed. And so, the thing is this, what you feel? Is it very cool? No, you just feel the temperature inside the car is getting increased. And how it happens? Actually, the sun rays and the heat from the sun is just entering or inside to the car. But it's not possible to escape the heat, the temperature inside the car to outer world, and it is trapped inside this car. Actually, we can say as similar as our glass house, here also the greenhouse effect you can see. When you simply sit inside the car by closing all the windows and doors, you just feel the temperature is increased. And so this is the example that is mentioned in your textbook. And also one more example is there. You can see the same greenhouse effect in our earth itself. This is our earth. For our earth, we know it is having number of atmospheric layers are there. We already studied about the number of layers, its name and everything. And so, it is very simple. Our sun is there, located somewhere else on the sky, and it is very far. But the sun rays, the heat is coming from the sun to our earth by passing all these layers of atmosphere. And so the thing is very simple. Inside this layer of the atmosphere, it contains different types of gases. The gases like carbon dioxide, ozone, methane, nitrogen oxide, CFC, water vapors, etc. So the thing is very simple. Inside our atmospheric layers, it contains different types of gases like carbon dioxide is the, ozone is the, methane is the, nitrogen oxide is the, CFC. CFC means the chlorofluorocarbon. We already studied that. And water vapors. These all things are contained in our atmosphere, and so these gases block the temperature, or it's not allowed to escape the temperature or the heat from the surface of Earth. And here also the same greenhouse effect happens. And so we can say, as the definition, here our Earth have number of layers are there for the atmosphere, and these layers contain different gases like carbon dioxide, oxygen, methane, nitrogen oxide, chlorofluorocarbon, water vapors, all these things which block the heat coming from sun, and it is just trapped at the surface of Earth. And so this is what greenhouse effect. So we can say within the greenhouse, that means the glass house, inside the car, at the surface of Earth, everywhere we can see the greenhouse effect. That means the temperature at the surface of the Earth is greater than the outer surface. That is what greenhouse effect. The heat is not supposed to escape from the Earth's surface. That is simply we can say it like that. And so, now we are going to study the definition for the greenhouse effect. The heating of Earth's atmosphere due to trapping of heat energy reflected from the Earth's surface by carbon dioxide and other gases in atmosphere is called greenhouse effect. So this is the definition for greenhouse effect. The heating of Earth's atmosphere. Actually, we already said that this greenhouse effect is what? The increasing the temperature. So the heating of Earth's atmosphere due to trapping of heat energy. Here we are just trapping the heat energy reflected from the Earth's surface. That means we already said that our Earth, it is having number of atmospheric layers are there, our sun is there. So we can say the heating of Earth atmosphere, our atmosphere of Earth is getting heated due to the trapping of heat energy reflected from the surface of Earth. The heat is just coming to our Earth surface and it is getting reflected, but what? It's not supposed to go outside from the atmosphere. And so we can say the trapping of heat energy reflected from the Earth's surface by what? Carbon dioxide and other gases. Mainly we can say the responsibility is for carbon dioxide. So carbon dioxide and other gases in atmosphere is called greenhouse effect. Within this region you just want to remember this definition, that's all. Now the question is this. Why this happens? I already said that this carbon dioxide is mainly responsible for this. And also other gases are there, but still this carbon dioxide is having higher responsibility. So the thing is this, we are doing some sort of things in our Earth that leads to increase the concentration of carbon dioxide. That is actually the reason for the greenhouse effect. Now we are just going to study how this greenhouse effect is increasing or how it happens. What is the reason for this? So, the reason is this one. Burning of fossil fuels. Burning of fossil fuels. What is this fossil fuels? Actually, the thing is this, we are using petrol, diesel, LPG for cooking. All these things are actually fossil fuels. So, burning of fossil fuel means when we are using this petrol inside the vehicle, actually there happens the burning, and because of the burning the vehicle is running through the road. So, the simple thing is this, when the vehicle is running, it is giving carbon dioxide and some sort of other gases also, and so we can say the vehicle is giving out carbon dioxide to outer world, and this leads to greenhouse effect. So we can say one reason is burning of fossil fuels. Burning of fossil fuels. The second one is deforestation. We already studied what is this deforestation. Deforestation is cutting of trees. So the thing is very simple. We know the plants are utilizing carbon dioxide for what? For photosynthesis. For photosynthesis they are utilizing carbon dioxide. And the thing is very simple. When we are cutting trees, not trees means the carbon dioxide will be there as the similar way, and that will leads to what? Greenhouse effect. So we can say the two main reasons for this greenhouse effect. That means the increasing the carbon dioxide is burning of fossil fuels and the deforestation. Very simple. And due to these all things, a particular thing happens. That means we already said that the temperature at the surface of Earth or the atmosphere is increasing. And I can call that a particular name. We already said that the temperature is increasing, and I can call it as global warming. Global warming means actually the increasing the temperature of the atmosphere or something. Global warming means the increasing the temperature. So, we can say the effect of the greenhouse effect is what? Global warming. Because of this greenhouse effect, this global warming happens. Now we are going to study the definition for global warming. Global warming. So the definition is this. It is the increasing temperature of Earth surface. It is the increase in temperature of Earth's surface. We know our Earth's surface temperature is getting increased. By how? Surface temperature of Earth's surface increases by increasing concentration of carbon dioxide, methane, water vapors in atmosphere called global warming. So this is the definition. It is the increase in temperature of Earth's surface. It is the increase in temperature of Earth's surface by how? By increasing concentration of some sort of things, and that is carbon dioxide, methane, water vapors in our atmosphere. We already said that everything, and so this is the definition for global warming. It is the increase in temperature of Earth's surface by increasing the concentration of carbon dioxide, methane, water vapors, ozone, everything in the atmosphere is called global warming. Just the increasing the temperature of our Earth's surface is global warming. And now we are going to study the effect of this global warming. What is the effect? Effect means what will happen with this global warming. That is the meaning of this effect. So the first effect is this. This cause climate change. This cause climate change. That means normally we have a particular climate in a particular time, but now you can see the raining is coming in a particular time, and in all the time you can see rain, or our temperature, the summer season, the heat is increasing very high, and these all are happen because of the global warming. So it causes climate change. The next is this cause melting of polar ice. We know our Earth contains ice in the polar region. So because of the increase in the temperature and because of the global warming, what happens? Melting of polar ice happens. This ice melts means what happens? The water inside the sea, ocean and everywhere, it will get increased. This is also harmful to us. So the thing is very simple. The next is rise in sea level. Rise in sea level happens. So the effect of global warming is this. It causes climate change. Then melting of polar ice occurs, and so the water increases inside the sea, ocean everywhere, and so rise in sea level. So these all are the effect for the global warming. And next is how we can reduce this effect. That is the question. How we can reduce? First thing reduce the carbon dioxide from our atmosphere. So for that, I already said that the fossil fuels are reason for this. So reduce usage of fossil fuels. And we said that we are reducing the usage of fossil fuels. That means we just want to avoid the petrol, diesel, LPG and all. So then what we use as fuel, we just want to use solar energy, wind energy, etc. Solar energy, wind energy, etc. So then the quantity of carbon dioxide and the other global warming gases will get reduced. The next how we can reduce is this: increase forest region. When we increase the number of trees, what happens? Trees need carbon dioxide for the photosynthesis. So the thing is very simple. When we plant trees, the quantity of carbon dioxide from our atmosphere will be get reduced, and so the global warming also get reduced. So these are the reduction methods of global warming. One more thing is mentioned in our textbook, that some of the countries signed one agreement to reduce the global warming, and the agreement is this: Kyoto Protocol. Kyoto Protocol. So this is nothing, it is one agreement that some of the countries signed to reduce the global warming. So that is the thing. And so just take your textbook, there you can see one multiple choice question is there present under this topic, and just want to do that. And it is there in the textbook on page number 101. You can see a green box is there under the global warming measures to check, and so you just want to do this. What is the next part of our chapter? Our environment and natural resources. We already discussed about our environment, and the next is the natural resources. The question is this: what is this natural resources? Whatever you are using in your daily life is a particular resource. So first you just want to study what is resource. So we can say the substances we utilize in our daily life. Substance utilize in daily life. For example, we are having food, that is a type of resource. We are drinking water, that is a type of resource. And then we are just using the wind, that is a type of resource. We are using sunlight, that is also a type of resource. We are using petrol in the vehicles, this is also a type of resource. So we can say whatever we are utilizing in our daily life is resource. Not natural resource, simply resource. And so there are different types of resources are there, and these natural resources are the resources that we get from nature. That means it is not made by human beings, that is there in the nature itself. We get it naturally. So that is natural resource. So that is the natural resource. Within this natural resource, we just want to study one classification. There are different types of classifications are there. You just want to study a particular type of classification. And the renewable resource and non-renewable resource. So there are two types of natural resources are there. One is renewable resource and non-renewable resource. What is this renewable resource? It is very simple. This renewable resource means it never get exhausted. Never get exhausted means never get over. For example, when you are observing the example, you will get it understood. The sunlight, then the water, wind. So the sunlight, water, wind. These are some examples for the renewable resources. That means never get exhausted, means never get over. When we are using the sunlight, is it over somewhere? No. We get it continuously. We can use it how much we need. So we can say this renewable resource means the resource which never get exhausted, means never get over. It will be continuously available. But this non-renewable resource means the resources which will get exhausted, which will get over. So we can say this is limited resource. It will be over on usage. When we are continuously using this non-renewable resource, what happens? It will get over. It will be complete. So that is non-renewable resource. What is the example for this non-renewable resource? Very simple. Coal, petroleum, minerals, etc. So we can say the natural resources are of two types. Renewable resource and non-renewable resource. This renewable means it will continuously get the supply, never get over. It will never get exhausted. So these renewable resources are the resources never get exhausted. But this non-renewable resources means it is having only limited resource. It is having a particular quantity. When we are continuously using, what happens? It will get over someday. This petrol is not, we will get in whole time. It will over in a particular time. So within this region, just remember this term renewable resource and non-renewable resource and its examples. It's enough. And so as the example for the natural resource, just remember some of these. That is, we can say these natural resources are plants, animals, air, water, petroleum, coal, rock, minerals, etc. These are some examples for natural resources. Plants, animals, air, water, petroleum. Petroleum means petrol, diesel, kerosene, LPG, natural gas. Like different things are there. You will study in detail in your higher classes. Now just understand this petroleum, coal, rock, minerals, etc. So in the next class, we just want to study this in the detail and how these plants are useful for us, how these animals are useful. Actually, it is very simple. Just read it. It's there in your textbook. We will discuss it in the next day. So this is all enough for today. Just do your homework.